The world is changing every day, and with an increased collective awareness of the damaging effects of fossil fuels, many people are seeking alternative energy sources to reduce that damage. Lots of countries now look at wind energy, solar power, geothermal energy, and tidal energy as being the future of our energy resources. So for today's video, we are going to explore what the advantages are of renewable energy compared to fossil fuels. Improved public health. The air and water pollution emitted by coal and natural gas plants is linked with breathing problems, neurological damage, heart attacks, cancer, premature death, and a host of other serious problems. Most of these negative health impacts come from air and water pollution that clean energy technologies simply don't produce. Wind, solar, and hydroelectric systems generate electricity with no associated air pollution emissions. Geothermal and biomass systems emit some air pollutants, though total air emissions are generally much lower than those of coal and natural gas-fired power plants. In addition, wind and solar energy require essentially no water to operate, and thus do not pollute water resources or strain supplies by competing with agriculture, drinking water, or other important water needs. In contrast, fossil fuels can have a significant impact on water resources. Both coal mining and natural gas drilling can pollute sources of drinking water, and all thermal power plants, including those powered by coal, gas, and oil, withdraw and consume water for cooling. Less global warming. Human activity is overloading our atmosphere with carbon dioxide and other global warming emissions. These gases act like a blanket, trapping heat. The result is a web of significant and harmful impacts, from stronger, more frequent storms to drought, sea level rise, and extinction. In the United States, about 29% of global warming emissions come from the electricity sector. Most of those emissions come from fossil fuels like coal and natural gas. In contrast, most renewable energy sources produce little to no global warming emissions. Even when including life cycle emissions of clean energy, the global warming emissions associated with renewable energy are minimal. Increasing the supply of renewable energy would allow us to replace carbon-intensive energy sources and significantly reduce global warming emissions. A groundbreaking study by the U.S. Department of Energy's National Renewable Energy Laboratory explored the feasibility of generating 80% of the country's electricity from renewable sources by 2050. They found that renewable energy could help reduce the electricity sector's emissions by approximately 80%. Jobs and other economic benefits. Compared with fossil fuel technologies, which are typically mechanized and capital-intensive, the renewable energy industry is more labor-intensive. Solar panels need humans to install them. Wind farms need technicians for maintenance. This means that, on average, more jobs are created for each unit of electricity generated from renewable sources than from fossil fuels. Renewable energy already supports thousands of jobs in the United States. In 2016, the wind energy industry directly employed over 100,000 full-time equivalent employees in a variety of capacities, including manufacturing, project development, construction and turbine installation, operations and maintenance, transportation and logistics, and financial, legal, and consulting services. Other renewable energy technologies employ even more workers. In 2016, the solar industry employed more than 260,000 people, including jobs in solar installation, manufacturing, and sales, a 25% increase over 2015. The hydroelectric power industry employed approximately 66,000 people in 2017. The geothermal industry employed 5,800 people. In contrast, the entire coal industry employed 160,000 people in 2016. In addition to the jobs directly created in the renewable energy industry, growth in clean energy can create positive economic ripple effects. For example, industries in the renewable energy supply chain will benefit, and unrelated local businesses will benefit from increased household and business incomes. Local governments also benefit from clean energy, and most often in the form of property and income taxes and other payments from renewable energy project owners. Owners of the land on which wind projects are built often receive lease payments, as well as payments for power line easements. They may also earn royalties based on the project's annual revenues. Farmers and rural landowners can generate new sources of supplemental income by producing feedstocks for biomass power facilities. Stable energy prices. Renewable energy is providing affordable electricity right now and can help stabilize energy prices in the future. Although renewable facilities require upfront investments to build, they can then operate at very low cost. For most clean energy technologies, the fuel is free. As a result, renewable energy prices can be very stable over time. Moreover, the costs of renewable energy technologies have declined steadily and are projected to drop even more. For example, the average price to install solar dropped more than 70% between 2010 and 2017. The cost of generating electricity from wind dropped 66% between 2009 and 2016. Costs will likely decline even further as markets mature and companies increasingly take advantage of economies of scale. In contrast, fossil fuel prices can vary dramatically and are prone to substantial price swings. For example, there was a rapid increase in US coal prices due to rising global demand before 2008, then a rapid fall after 2008 when global demands declined. Likewise, natural gas prices have fluctuated greatly since 2000. Using more renewable energy can lower the prices of and demand for natural gas and coal by increasing competition and diversifying our energy supplies. And an increased reliance on renewable energy can help protect consumers when fossil fuel prices spike. Maintenance requirements are lower. In most cases, renewable energy technologies require less overall maintenance than generators that use traditional fuel sources. This is because generating technology like solar panels and wind turbines either have few or no moving parts and don't rely on flammable, combustible fuel sources to operate. Fewer maintenance requirements translate to more time and money saved. Reliability and resilience. Wind and solar are less prone to large-scale failure because they are distributed and modular. Distributed systems are spread out over a large geographical area, so a severe weather event in one location will not cut off power to an entire region. Modular systems are composed of numerous individual wind turbines or solar arrays. Even if some of the equipment in the system is damaged, the rest can typically continue to operate. For example, Hurricane Sandy damaged fossil fuel-dominated electric generation and distribution systems in New York and New Jersey and left millions of people without power. In contrast, renewable energy projects in the Northeast weathered Hurricane Sandy with minimal damage or disruption. Inexhaustible energy. Strong winds, sunny skies, abundant plant matter, heat from the earth, and fast-moving water can each provide a vast and constantly replenished supply of energy. A relatively small fraction of electricity currently comes from these sources, but that could change. Studies have repeatedly shown that renewable energy can provide a significant share of future electricity needs, even after accounting for potential constraints. Renewable resources won't run out, which cannot be said for many types of fossil fuels. As we use fossil fuel resources, they will be increasingly difficult to obtain, likely driving up both the cost and environmental impact of extraction. It is likely that renewable energy sources will gain prominence over the next decade, and then more dramatically over time. However, initial investments are required to get these projects off the ground, and that can slow down the process. Ultimately, there is no single renewable energy source that can single-handedly replace fossil fuels. What's required is a thoroughly thought-out combination of several sustainable options, each one to be used where appropriate and financially viable. The transition from fossil fuels to renewable energy sources will not happen overnight, and it will not occur without setbacks and challenges. It will entail a number of costs, not only financially, but also from the perspective of changing our habits and ways of thinking. The fundamental point is that a transition to more sustainable options is possible, as long as we begin the process soon. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified next time we post a video. You can also give this video a like, share it with your friends, and if you have the means and want to support us, you can do it on PayPal at paypal.me/notcomplicatedvideos.